Hi everyone, welcome to The Maple Method, your cozy corner to learn English in a fun and simple way. I'm really happy you're here today. In this type of video, we focus on a single news story. The goal is to improve your listening skills while learning new words and expressions. You'll listen carefully to the news, understand the main points, and I'll explain everything in an easy way. By the end, you'll have practiced your English listening and learned something interesting. Today, we have some very exciting news from the world of music. Our story comes from CTV News, published on August 12th, 2025, and the title is Taylor Swift Announces 12th Studio Album, The Life of a Showgirl. Can you feel the excitement? Taylor Swift has a huge fan base all around the world, and every time she releases something new, it's big news. Today, we'll discover all the details about her upcoming album, how fans reacted, and why this album is so special. So make yourself comfortable, grab a notebook if you want, and let's get ready for our English learning adventure. Now, let's read today's news story together. Listen carefully and try to catch the main ideas and some words you might already know. Taylor Swift announces 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl. Look what you made her do! Taylor Swift has announced her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl. Swift announced the album on her website shortly after a countdown timer expired at 12:12 a.m. Tuesday. No release date was announced, but her site said vinyl editions of the album would ship before October 13th. Fans have long theorized that Swift's 12th album would soon arrive. On Monday, Taylor Nation, an official branch of the pop superstar's marketing team, posted a TikTok slideshow of 12 images with the caption, "Thinking about when she said, 'See you next era.'" Swift is seen wearing orange in every image. A special limited vinyl edition of the album will be released in Portofino orange glitter, according to a pre-order page on her site. A special cassette edition is also available for pre-order. Sensing a pattern? Eagle-eyed fans noticed that 12 minutes before Monday's Taylor Nation post, the popular New Heights podcast posted a tease for Wednesday. The show, hosted by Swift's boyfriend and Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce, alongside his brother, former Philadelphia Eagles center Jason Kelce, posted an orange image on social media with a mysterious silhouette that many believe to be Swift. The podcast announced early Tuesday that Swift would indeed appear on New Heights, and a teaser video posted about her appearance showed her pulling the album from a briefcase. The actual album artwork, just as it is on her website, is blurred. The road to The Life of a Showgirl. The Life of a Showgirl follows last year's The Tortured Poets Department, announced during the 2024 Grammys and released during her record-breaking tour, which raked in over $2.2 billion across 2 years and 5 continents, making it the highest-grossing tour of all time. The album is also Swift's first release since she regained control over her entire body of work. In May, the pop star said she purchased her catalog of recordings, originally released through Big Machine Records, from their most recent owner, the private equity firm Shamrock Capital. She did not disclose the amount paid. In recent years, Swift had been re-recording and releasing her first 6 albums in an attempt to regain control of her music. The project was instigated by music executive Scooter Braun's purchase and sale of her early catalog. Previous Taylor's version releases have been more than conventional re-recordings, arriving with new From the Vault music, Easter eggs, and visuals that deepen understanding of her work. So far, there have been 4 re-recorded albums, beginning with Fearless, Taylor's version, and Red, Taylor's version, in 2021. All 4 have been massive commercial and cultural successes, each debuting at #1 on the Billboard 200. Swift's last re-recording, 1989, Taylor's version, arrived in October 2023, just 4 months after the release of Speak Now, Taylor's version.
That was the same year Swift claimed the record for the woman with the most #1 albums in history.
Okay, now that we've read the news, let's talk about some key points and interesting words. First of all, the big news is that Taylor Swift announced her 12th studio album called The Life of a Showgirl. That's huge because Taylor is one of the most famous singers in the world, and every new album she releases gets a lot of attention. She announced it on her website right after a countdown timer ended at 12:12 a.m. Isn't that fun? A countdown timer is like a little clock that counts down to an event. She didn't say the exact release date yet, but her website says that vinyl editions will ship before October 13. For those who don't know, a vinyl edition is like a music record, something fans love to collect. And speaking of collectors, there are some very special editions. Fans can pre-order a Portofino orange glitter vinyl or even a cassette edition. Pre-ordering means you can order something before it's officially released, and these special editions make it feel exclusive, like only a few people will have them. Now, the fans are always paying close attention to Taylor's clues. They noticed a lot of hints on TikTok and even on the New Heights podcast, which is hosted by her boyfriend, Travis Kelce. There was a teaser video where Taylor appeared pulling the album out of a briefcase. A briefcase is a small bag for important things. It made the announcement look very mysterious and fun. Another interesting point is that this album is her first release since she regained control of her music catalog. In recent years, she has been re-recording her old albums to fully own her songs. You may have heard of Taylor's version. These re-recordings have been very successful and even reached #1 on the Billboard charts. And finally, some impressive numbers. Her last tour earned over $2.2 billion, making it the highest-grossing tour of all time. She also holds the record for the woman with the most #1 albums in history. That's really amazing, isn't it? So today we learned some new words like studio album, vinyl, pre-order, exclusive, teaser, briefcase, catalog, re-recording, and record-breaking. Keep these in mind because we'll use them a little later in our exercises. Next, we'll dive a little deeper, talk about what this news means, and I'll ask you some questions so you can practice your English even more. All right, now let's look a little deeper at this story and see why it's so interesting. First, think about how Taylor Swift connects with her fans. She doesn't just release music, she creates a whole experience. From countdown timers to TikTok clues and teaser videos, everything is part of the fun. It's like a puzzle that fans enjoy solving. Have you ever seen something like this with your favorite singer or celebrity? How did it make you feel? Another point is the special editions, vinyls, cassettes, and glittery colors. This is not just about music, it's also about collecting. Fans feel excited to have something unique. In English, we say that something is exclusive or limited edition. You can even use these words in your own life. For example, I bought a limited edition backpack, or this cake is exclusive to this bakery. Let's also talk about her re-recordings. Taylor has been re-recording her old albums to own her music. This is an important idea for any artist: control over your work. In English, you could say, she regained control of her music. It's a phrase that is useful in many situations, like work or personal projects. I want to regain control of my schedule. And finally, the numbers are impressive. Her tour earned $2.2 billion, and she holds the record for the most #1 albums by a woman. That's an example of record-breaking success. In English, we use record-breaking when something is bigger, faster, or better than ever before. Can you think of anything in your life or in the news that was record-breaking? Before we move on, let's make this interactive. I have a few questions for you. Which part of Taylor's announcement do you find most exciting, and why? Can you name one word or phrase from today's lesson that you want to remember? If you could create a special edition of something you love, what would it be? Take a moment to think or even say your answers out loud. Don't worry about mistakes. This is your practice. Now that we've explored the story and some cultural details, let's review everything, reinforce the vocabulary, and do a few interactive exercises to make sure we remember it all.
Okay, everyone, now it's time to review what we learned today and practice a little. First, let's summarize the story. Taylor Swift announced her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl. She shared the news on her website with a countdown timer, and fans noticed clues on TikTok and the New Heights podcast. There are special editions like vinyl and cassette, and this is her first release after she regained control of her music catalog. Her past re-recordings, called Taylor's Version, have been very successful, and her tours and albums have set many records.
Now let's practice some vocabulary and expressions. I will say a word or phrase, and I want you to repeat after me. 1. Studio album. 2. Vinyl edition. 3. Exclusive.
4. Teaser video. 5. Re-recording.
6. Record-breaking. 7. Regain control. Great! You're doing awesome. Next, let's use some of these words in short example sentences. Taylor Swift's new studio album will be released this year. I pre-ordered the exclusive vinyl edition of the album. Her last tour was record-breaking, earning over $2 billion. Now it's your turn. Try making your own sentences using 1 or 2 words from today. For example, you could say, I want to regain control of my study schedule. Or, this cake is exclusive for my birthday party. Next, we'll finish our episode with a friendly wrap-up and some tips to keep learning English. And that's it for today's episode, everyone. Thank you so much for listening and spending this time with me. I hope you enjoyed learning about Taylor Swift's new album and had fun practicing your English. Remember, the best way to improve is to keep listening and repeating. You can come back to this episode anytime to review the vocabulary and phrases we learned today. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and comment below. Tell me which word or phrase was your favorite, or share your thoughts about Taylor Swift's new album. And of course, check out our other episodes on the Maple Method to keep learning English in a fun and simple way. I'll see you next time, and until then, keep listening, keep practicing, and enjoy your English journey.